And go in the opposite direction.
I'm not sure if I'm doing this well.
These are the times when it's nice to be on mute and you can just groan all you want as we work out those morning kinks. Okay. Back to the center and then fold over, ragdoll pose again. Let it all hang. Breathe it out. From there, we'll work our way into downward facing dog. So shift on your mat to downward dog with the hands forward and the feet back. Shake the head a little yes and no and pedal through your feet. And find a little stillness in this pose of down dog. Lower the knees to the mat and do child's pose. Knees apart, big toes together. Sink back into the heels. Reach your arms out long in front of you. And then walk both hands over to the right side to go back towards that side body stretch. Walk it across the center over to your second side. And then bring it back to the middle. Come up to all fours. Couple rounds of cat and cow. Pull the chest forward and through. Eyes and tailbone rise up. Scoop into cat pose. Nice lift through the spine. Drop the head. Tone in the belly. And then find neutral. Bring the knees together, but keep the hands shoulder distance apart. Lift the right leg up and back. Flex your foot, point the toes down to the floor. And then extend the left arm out in front, opposite arm and leg here. Pull elbow and knee in towards each other, round the back like cat pose. And then extend out. Do it a couple of times more. Inhale, pull in. And extend. Inhale, pull in. And then extend. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Switch sides, left leg goes up and back. Flex the foot, point the toe down, tone in the abdomen. Think navel more towards the spine to lengthen and lift through the tailbone. And then right arm out in front. Okay, let's add the movement. Elbow and knee in. And extend. Twice more, pull in. Extend. And pull in. And extend. Lower hand, lower knee. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Let's do that extension and pull in a few times here from three-legged dog. So now you get to lift your right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Try to square off the hips, which probably lowers the leg. So same thing, if you flex the foot and point the toes down to the floor, it's okay. It's not as high, no big deal, but we keep the hips square. And then an easier line there to pull the knee in towards the chest and plank pose and up and back. And do it twice more, right into the center the whole time today. and up and back. And then into the center and up and back. Step the right foot all the way through into your lunge this time. A few steps is fine until you get your full stride. Take the twist, right arm high. And then into down dog lunge, spin the back heel down, hands towards the left corner of the mat. Keep the weight in the legs, less in the hands. And today, let's go into the figure 4 down dog. So walk the hands back in, cross the right ankle over the left knee, bend the left knee a lot to get into that figure 4 shape. In Sanskrit, it's Sukirandrasana. So my teacher often calls this Suki dog. Okay. Full down dog. We get to do the fun 3-legged dog on the second side. So left leg up, lift, lift, lift. And then square off the hips, bringing the leg lower. Keep the leg as straight as you can. Really fully engage. And then let's draw it in. Knee to chest. And up and back. Twice more, knee in. And up and back. Third time's a charm right here. Pull it in. Up and back. And now step it all the way through. Again, helping hand, whatever it takes until you find your full stride. Keep the feet hip distance. Square the hips. And add the twist, left hand up. Change to your down dog lunge, hands to the inside, back heel down. Push through the back leg and try to extend out to the hands. And then here, Suki dog. You take the hands back to down dog, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Bend the right knee deeply so that you can sit low and feel the opening through the hips. Great way to work hip opener while building core and upper body strength. Okay, down dog. Look into the hands and walk your way forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. And bring palms together, center of the chest. 2 rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Lower flat down to the yoga mat. Peel the chest up for cobra. Press down through the hands and feet. And then change to down dog. Take that change as fast or slow as you wish, because then once we're here in dog, we always get a couple of breaths. Next, inhale, look in between your hands, step or even try a jump, front of the mat. Half lift, forward fold, stand, reach the arms to the sky, palms together, center of the chest. Okay, inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Lower down to your yoga mat. Cobra, peel the chest up. Down dog, lift the hips up and back. Breath. Look in between your hands. Step or jump to the front of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Pause right here. Give yourself a few breaths. Notice how the movement is affecting the mood, the feeling on the mat this morning. Take it in. Let's keep adding on. Keep lifting. Arms up to the sky. Utkatasana. Bend your knees. Sit into the thighs. We're adding a twist here. Bring the palms together. Bring the left elbow towards the right knee. If that feels a little too crunched, just stay more lifted. Same pose. Find the variation that works for you. The opposite knee likes to slide forward. Try to pull it back in line, mostly squaring off the hips. I'm all about the mostlies and the trying. We do our best. And then back through your center. Stand up and reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, rebend the knees, sit into your thighs. Second time, second side here, palms together. In Utkatasana, now the right elbow towards the left side. It can lock down or again stay more lifted. Do try to push the hands more towards the center of the chest and the top elbow to point straight up to the sky. Some of those key external bits can help get everything else more internally lined up as well. Okay, we untwist. Inhale, stand, lift the arms to the sky. This time, forward fold. It'll feel nicer. Keep the legs a little straighter. Let all 10 fingers come to the ground. Standing forward fold. Stay with it for a few breaths. And keeping all 10 fingers on the ground, knees can be a little or a lot bent. And the work we do is to lift through the back end of the legs. Just slowly inching the seat a little higher towards the sky as your body allows. Okay, keep the right foot forward, step the left foot back into our good old low lunge. Make sure those feet are hip distance apart. And then come upright, torso vertical, arms overhead. High lunge, often called a crescent lunge. Okay, and now with the right foot forward, let's hold on to our left wrist. Lean towards the right side. And like we did in the beginning, try that circling. It takes more core strength and balance. You're probably not in as big of a movement as when we're standing solid on 2 feet. Just play with what happens. Circle less as balance needs. No wrong way to do this. What helps me is keeping the gaze at one point as everything else kind of moves around it. Strong in the glutes. We'll release, go back to your high lunge, arms apart. Hands down either side of the front foot. Okay, can we scoop it all the way to 3-legged dog? Right leg all the way back and up. Bend the right knee, open the hips, and make the right knee face more up towards the sky, the toes towards the left. And then I want to make circles with the knee. Sweep it down towards your mat, up and around to the sky. Down to the mat, up and around to the sky. And switch directions. Go in the opposite direction as well. 2 big circles, maybe 3, in each direction, just depending on your time. Okay, and then then the right leg goes down to the ground. Getting ahead of myself. Look back up to the hands. Step or jump forward to the front of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up. Reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. We're doing that whole thing for the second side, including the chair twist. Arms up, bend the knees, sit. So start right elbow towards the left knee here in the twist. Same pose, just separated by a tiny bit of movement. Breath and tension, how's it feeling here? You untwist, stand up again. Go right back into it, second side. Left elbow towards the right knee. If you tend to twist pretty deeply, you can try to scooch it in even more shoulder to knee. And we untwist and lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, all 10 fingers get the opportunity to touch the ground. Make that sort of closed chain response, if you will, and then lift through the back of the legs. Keep the left foot forward. Step your right foot back into your low, long lunge. And then come upright in the torso. And again, arms to the sky. Of course, there's a variation of allowing the back knee to be down on the mat. I kind of like the wobble and the adjustments and the needs of staying upright. So if you can, stay with me. It's not about making it perfect, just about trying. This time we hold on to the right wrist and lean towards the left. And then circle. What muscles have to work a little differently? Intention and engagement. Just a little different movement than we're used to, at least with me. Keep exploring. And then release the circle, arms overhead. Lower the hands either side of the front foot. Okay, this big scoop, left leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then 2 to 3 big circles in each direction. Knee sweeps down, out and around. Down, out and around. Switch and go the other way. Out and around and then down. Full down dog, 2 feet get to stay on the ground. We're coming into a squat here. Look towards your hands, step your feet to the outside of your hands. Turn the toes off the mat, heels can stay on the mat. Squat down as low as possible, keeping the feet flat on the ground. Slowly draw your torso more upright. Palms to the chest. Back to that prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Creating intention, stay right, we're here. And then catch the hands behind you. Sit all the way down. Wherever is best for you to get all the way down here. Catch the hook behind your knees and lift your feet up off of the ground in boat pose, supported. Now we're going to be rocked back on the tailbone, but we're doing our best to balance forward. Keep the chest lifted. Think broad across the collarbone. And then try taking the hands off. And either keep the hands off or decide, nope, I want the support. Kind of play back and forth. Same thing, legs straight or bent. You can play a little bit. Straighten, bend, with or without the support of the hands. Don't be afraid to do one thing for one breath, something else for the next breath. Exploring a little bit. Looking super, everybody. Cross at your ankles, come back to all fours. Stretch once more to down dog. And three-legged dog, right leg high. Step the right foot all the way forward to your lunge. Come up to warrior two. So spin the back heel down, open hips and shoulders to the side, extend the arms out in either direction. Well done. Look out over the front fingertips. Steady as a warrior right here. Nothing added for now. Side angle pose. Go elbow to knee, or if you're feeling like a little extra reach, hand to the floor under a block today. Top arm overhead, reach nice and long. Bring both hands down to the floor on the inside of your foot, back into the low lunge. I'm just going to throw this at you because we've been working it this month. Take humble warrior, or wear the right leg like a backpack. So you're coming down to the forearms, first stage. You're coming shoulder under the right leg best we can with the hand to the outside of the foot, second stage. Keep adding on as you're ready. Walk the back foot in. Set the left knee on the left upper arm bone. Take yourself into one-legged crane pose. One or both feet try to get off the mat. Right leg extends. And then walk yourself back into the backpack if you're not there. Back towards humble warrior, hands to the inside. And finally, all the way back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up. Step it all the way through. Warrior two, spin the back heel down, lift your torso. Hips, shoulders face the side, extend the arms out in either direction. Pause here. Pause in the outer form of the body. Stay full and alive within, of course. Okay, side angle, elbow to knee. Top arm overhead, if you prefer today, that longer reach, fingertips to floor block. Both hands then go down to the floor on the inside of the foot, spin the back heel up. So you're in that low lunge, hands to the inside. That's what I'm calling our humble warrior. Stay there for a little more time. Go for the backpack leg. A lot of times this month I did a lot to prep us for this pose coming into it. There's not much prep today, so just see what happens. It's just in the play. If you're going for it, right foot comes in until it sits on the upper right arm bone. Try to squeeze those feet off the ground as you sit your butt down towards the ground like a squat. It makes the physics of it easier. And then we've got to go back through all the things we came into. So back into that backpack leg. Unwind it to humble warrior. And then we unwind to downward facing dog. Bend the knees and walk your hands backwards, backwards, backwards to your feet. Ooh, just like we started, ragdoll pose here. Slowly build your way up to standing. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down a couple of times. And forward and down. One last little bit standing here. Take the arms up to the sky. Pull the right knee up and into your chest. Try it with no hands today. Can you make your right leg straighter? And then rebend the knee a lot. Do it again. Make the right leg straighter. Bend the knee. Do it one more time. Nice big tone in the belly. Push down through the left leg to help the right leg do its work. Rebend the knee. And then keep the arms lifted, but step the right foot down and go right into the second side. Left knee comes up towards the chest. Plug down into the standing leg to help you out. Straighten the left leg and bend. Twice more. Straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Stamp down, left foot to the ground. Kick the right heel now towards your seat. Take your right hand, hold on to the right foot. In this flamingo stretch, try to pull the right leg back behind you. And then back in. And it's like micro changes, a little bit more back behind you. And in. And then a little more back behind you. And in. Lower the leg to the floor. We've got one more side here. So if both arms are up, go to your second side. Heel towards the seat. Same hand holds onto the foot in your typical flamingo position. I'm falling all over the place. It's a part of the practice. Pull the heel back away and in, making the adjustments, finding the alignment that works for you. Back and in, 3 times there. And then we're lowering the foot back down to the ground. Give it a good shake. Okay, good. Lift the arms up. Exhale, fold, walk it out. Last down dog right here. And then come forward to plank pose and lie flat down on the belly. Reach your arms out in front of you as if you were still standing and fully extended. And then kick the right heel towards your seat. Right hand to the foot. I hold the outside of the foot in this case. Thumb kind of pointed down towards the floor. And then the same thing we just tried to do in a standing balance. Kick the heel away from your butt so that it lifts you and half bow. And then release, heel closer into the seat. We'll do it twice more. Inhale, lift away. And exhale, more release. And then inhale, lift away. And exhale, release. Let go of the right foot. Stretch the right arm back out in front of you. We get to do it on the second side. Left heel in towards the seat. Left hand finds the left foot. And inhale, lift and extend. Try to get the thigh off of the ground, even just a tiny bit. And then pull the heel in. Do it twice more with the breath. Lift and extend. Exhale and release. Inhale, push the heel away. And exhale, release. You can maneuver to child's pose. Okay, we're all back together here. So from child's pose, take your time to come back up to all fours. And then lift your right leg up and back. Flex the foot and point the toe down to the floor, just like we did before. Extend the left arm out in front. And we take those 3 pulls in. Elbow to knee, pull it in. And then extend out. Elbow to knee, pull in. And extend out. Elbow to knee, pull in. And extend out. Keep the right leg lifted. Set the left arm down into cow face pose. So we're going to drop the right knee to the outside of the left knee. Separate the feet enough that you have a place to sit back in between the feet. The top knee is going to pop up. We just do our best to keep it lower down. You can always prop and sit underneath a block or a blanket to make this more doable. And then hands just kind of hold on to either foot and try to fold in a little bit. So it's just the cow face legs here. Looking for some stretch in the outer hip. This one's always a little tough for me to find the stretch because it's so pretzely that it's hard to get into. We do our best. And then lift the torso back up. Walk your way back to all fours by lifting the right leg up and back and then set it down. We'll try this on the second side. So it's left leg up and back, right arm out in front, tone in the abdomen, and then pull it in, elbow to knee in, and extend, pull in, and extend. Once more, pull in, and extend. Left leg stays up, set the right hand down. Drop the left knee to the outside of the right. Again, we're kind of like squeezing in the thighs here, smush it all in, separate the heels enough that you have room to then sit back, the blanket block or the ground, right in between the heels. Knee to knee, best we can. Lean over, torso down towards the thighs. To come out of this side, just pull the torso up and then lean back on your hands and extract your legs from there. Straighten the legs out. Okay, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So you're in half fire log pose. We'll call this figure 4 shape as well. Yeah? So I'm giving you the choice. You can do one-legged fire log pose, which would be here with a little lean forward like we just did. Or you can take that bottom leg, ankle also at the knee and do double fire log, stacking the legs. I usually have a space between the knee and ankle there. Just maintain that same space as you fold over. Big external rotation in the hips. And then come back upright. Again, I like to lean back just to take the pressure off as you extend the legs. Then we go to the second side. For you, it's probably left ankle on top of the right knee. And again, it's the figure four or half fire log. You can fold over, give the concentration in the top leg, or try out the bottom leg and fire log as well. The bottom heel, our tendency will be more like a crisscross applesauce to want to bring the heel in towards the seat, but it's actually trying to keep the heel extended out at the same line as the knee. That's the work of the pose. Fold over if not already. Just getting some pause. Some quiet there. All right, lean back, extract the legs out, give it a good little shake. Marichyasana. One, we'll take the right foot, plant the foot on the ground, just the inside of the leg. So we are not crossing over it, staying on the same side. Draw the heel as close in to your seat as works for your body, and as close to the thigh as works. Now to get into this, I'm going to let my knee fold out, toes come off to the floor for a moment, and try to lean forward in the chest. And now squeeze the knee and plant the foot back down to the floor. Squeeze the knee up to your shoulder. Can you do that? And hold on to your foot. You can use the hands to keep you anchored. Okay, if your right foot is flat on the floor, your right butt cheek does not need to be flat on the floor. You can even try this in a bind. Wrap the front arm, the right arm to the front of the shin and then behind your hip. The left arm behind your back. So this is a seated forward fold, not a twist. Release the arms, come upright in the torso, extend the leg out. Okay, second side. So it's probably your left foot. Again, flat on the ground, as close to your sit bone, as close to the inner thigh of the opposite leg as works. And I say those as works because this pose could be done with the foot more out to the side, further away from your seat. It's all just variations. As much as we can lock this knee joint closed. Take the knee again out to the side, lean forward. That's just sort of my way of getting in there, letting the left sit bone come off the floor because I've planted my left foot on the ground. It's hard to do both at the same time when you're really snug in there. Hold on to your foot, keep doing that. Or you can try the bind of wrapping your left shoulder far below the line of your knee so that the left upper arm bone can be on the shin. Bend at the elbow to work behind your back. Of course, some of these poses just favor different anatomical features of the body. Do you have longer arms, shorter torso here? That's going to make it a little more doable. If not, I'm with you. It's a challenge. Okay, and then we try to unwind, come up, and stretch both legs out. Oh, Marichyasana 3. We do get to go into a twist with it. This is more of what we're used to. Right foot comes in, cross it over. Hug the opposite arm to the front of the shin, lift up and twist. Don't put a lot of weight on the back hand. It's there, it's an anchor to kind of lift you through the torso, but we're not trying to lean into it. Stay upright. And then on an inhale, untwist, and extend both legs out in front. We'll go to the second side. Pull the left foot in, cross it over. Okay, so again, you've got your left foot flat on the ground. Sit bones can be a little bit off, like you might be a little bit lifted on one side or the other. It's just sort of your body's way of adjusting and finding its alignment. We do our best to be pretty even. Cross the sit bones. Don't beat yourself up if you're not. I think we've learned in the past, 20 years of yoga that everybody needs a little bit something different. It's not just one prescriptive way of finding alignment. Today's class honoring that a little more flow, working into those circular movements, all that good stuff. Okay, and then come back to your center. Stretch both legs out in front of you, and we'll lie down onto the back. So come all the way down onto your back. Pull the knees into your chest. Oh, feels so nice, right? Just hug the knees in, give yourself a little moment. And then let the left leg go all the way back down to the mat and stretch the right leg straight up to the sky. And try 2 straight legs. You can do that without the work of the arms. Maybe even let's do this. Take the arms overhead, and then we're really recreating the shape that we did in that standing balance work a little bit earlier. So that's the range of motion that we can do on our own. And then what we call more passive range of motion is like helping ourselves. So then you can hold behind your thigh or behind your calf and see if you can get just a little bit more range. Try to keep both legs as straight as they'll go. Okay, bend the right knee a lot. And then fold it all the way over towards the left side. Extend the right arm out towards a T shape. Great little twist across the torso here, highlighting a bit of a stretch in the outer hip, IT band of that right leg. Okay, bring it back in. Both knees to the chest again. Squeeze in. And then lower the right leg flat against the mat and stretch your left leg straight up towards the sky. No hands at first, arms overhead. Maybe a little easier without having so much gravity of the standing balance. Okay, let's enhance the range with our hands a little bit, even just a tiny movement. Okay, pull the knee back into the chest, bend the knee a lot. And then take the left leg across the body over towards the right side. Extend the left arm out towards the T shape. Stay here, breathe. Pull everything back into the middle. Again, 2 knees into the chest. Give it a good squeeze. Roll up to a seated position for a moment. I always think this one's better to watch, to take it in, and then to try to do it. So it's a seated forward fold, but on our back, supine. So it looks like this. We'll roll down, legs go straight up. I like to hold at the ankles, give a little squeeze in. This is one option of the pose. And then it just takes momentum, like a rock over. But we're not trying to stay with weight on the shoulders. We're trying to bring it down towards the lower back. So it's not halasana, it's not plow pose. A seated forward fold on your back. Give it a try. Roll back down to the spine, legs up in the air. It's like a crunch, lifted head and shoulders. And then you can try it with some momentum to roll towards the shoulder line, but then bring the butt closer, closer, closer back down towards the ground until you feel most of the weight just above probably the kidneys. Okay, and then roll it all the way out, back knees into the chest, hug into the center. Take the soles of your feet down onto the mat, as wide as the mat, and the arms, goddess, goalposts, so bend at the elbows out to each side. And then like windshield wipers, just drop both knees towards the right, cross the center, towards the left, towards the right, towards the left, just kind of back and forth there. Name of the game today, not getting stuck, not overdoing, overthinking, just what works. Now bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees go out. And Supta Baddha Konasana, like butterfly pose, lying down. Let your arms just fall more towards the side here. If this is uncomfortable for you for any reason, try a different pose. And I'll let you figure out what that is for you. If this is okay for you, let it be your first journey towards Shavasana. Give Supta Baddha Konasana a few more breaths. And then in your own time, sort of unwind to your final resting pose of this class, your final Shavasana. Just kind of unwind the body, move about until you're ready for that final stillness, whether it's lying on your back, your side, against the wall, seated position. Let everything be still, everything be quiet. The stillness of the body creates some loudness in your head. Bring your awareness more to the breath. It's always my go-to. I'm just really concentrating on seeing, feeling, inhale, the space, the exhale, the space, over and over. Single pointed focus. Ever so gently now, bringing awareness back to breath and body together, a little bit of movement, the fingers and the toes. If you're lying back, stretch, move, make your way safely to a seated position. Once we've all found the seat, bring palms together, thumbs to your sternum in Anjali Mudra. Honoring yourself, honoring each other, honoring the space and time for practice, and how it gives us intention through the rest of the day. We'll close in the sound of Om. You can sing along, listen, or tune it out. Empty out your breath here, and take a full deep breath in. And the light within me, I bow and honor that same light within each of you. Namaste.